Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. Today we're talking about Albert Pujols hitting his 2000th career RBI in Major League Baseball. Now this is a big feat. Only 3 players in Major League Baseball history have ever done this. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. We have a lot of interesting things to cover in regards to this topic. So one of them is actually going ahead and talking about the guy who caught the ball and how he refuses to give it back to Pujols, which is kind of crazy. So stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about that a little bit. However, to start, we're going to talk about Albert Pujols' stats. Now, a lot of people know this guy, whether you're a current fan, whether you've been watching since like early 2000s, or anywhere in between pretty much. He's pretty much been playing since 2001. This is his 19th career season, and he's been, back and forth, or not really back and forth, but he's been with the Cardinals and the Angels in his career. So, if you're a big fan of one of those two teams, you love this guy. So in 2019 so far, Albert Pujols has 120 at-bats. He's only hitting .208, but he has 6 home runs, 18 RBIs, no stolen bases, and a .693 OPS. In his career, however, he has 10,316 at-bats, a .301 average, 639 home runs, 2,000 RBIs, exactly 111 stolen bases, and a .934 OPS. Now the Machine, as you guys also might know him, that's his nickname, is a beast on and off the field. The Angels haven't really been doing that great this year, but this guy still continues to perform. And of course, your defense and offense with the Angels is going to be great because you have Trout and Andrelton Simmons and other guys as well, kind of thrown throughout the lineup. But it's the pitching staff that kind of holds them back a little bit. And I'll also kind of talk to you guys about the standings and where they fall in just a little bit later on. Now, if we move over to Albert Pujols' career awards, he's got a lot. He won the NL MVP of the year in 2005, 2008, and 2009, all with the St. Louis Cardinals. In 2001, he won the NL Rookie of the Year, which is no surprise because this guy is going to be a future Hall of Famer for sure. So with him winning the Rookie of the Year award, that just makes sense looking at it now. He was also a 2-time World Series champion in 2006 and 2011, both with the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League. He has won the NL All-Star many times, or he's been in the NL All-Star game many times in 2001, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2010 with the Cardinals, of course, in National League. He is in the AL All-Star game in 2015 with the Los Angeles Angels. That's actually one time, which is kind of surprising considering the past couple seasons. He's been pretty decent considering he's 39 years old. He won the NL Championship Series MVP back in 2004, the year I was born, with the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League. Now, like I mentioned before, he is only the 3rd player to ever take on this feat of getting at least 2,000 RBIs in his career. He is 3rd place all time, following Alex Rodriguez, who was 2nd with 2,086 total RBIs, and Hank Aaron with 2,297. So, will Albert Pujols necessarily be Alex Rodriguez? Maybe, but Hank Aaron, most likely, that will not happen. He'll be at least 3rd place all time with this feat. And that's nothing to complain about, because there's been over 19,000 players who have put a uniform on and played on a Major League Baseball field. And only 3 have done this. So with Pujols being one of them, it doesn't really matter first, second, or third where he falls. Now, this was kind of a cool game because the Angels at this point were in Detroit playing the Tigers. They were away, and they had beaten the Tigers 13-0 this game. Albert Pujols actually hit a home run to reach that 2,000th RBI. And we've seen that before. People hit home runs for really big milestones in their career. We had 13-0. The Angels totaled 16 hits in 9 innings. And the Angels really showed up that day. Pujols, only had 1 RBI or 2 RBIs, but, out of 13, it doesn't really matter because he got that 2,000. So, his first home run and his first RBI actually came off of the Diamondbacks' right-hander, Armando Reynoso, on April 6, 2001. That was Albert Pujols' 4th game in his career in Major League Baseball. Then he'd continue to go like 1 for 9 and stuff, so not the best, but his first RBI came off of a home run, in which he got 2, and his 2,000th RBI came off of also a home run. So that's actually really cool to kind of see them correlate and to see that like matchup and how ironic that actually is. Now, his 500th career came off of Chris Gasell, and that was against the Rockies. It's September 26th, 2004, so the year I was born again. His 1,000th RBI was a grand slam against David Patton of the Cubs back April 25th of 2009. And 1,500 RBIs 500 ago, he had a 2-run homer versus James Paxton with the Mariners on April 8th, 2014. So we see a lot of this guy's RBIs that come with milestones are off of home runs. That's how good this guy is. Like, again, he is going to be a Hall of Famer, without a doubt, at one point. And we don't know really when he's going to retire. Like I did mention, he is 39 years old, though, so it might be soon. It might be after the season. It might not be. So we'll see. Kind of going into the standings here now, you have the Houston Astros in first, the Seattle Mariners, and the Texas Rangers, and then the Angels, Oakland Athletics, are in last for the AL West. The Angels are 17-20 with a .459 win percentage. They're 5.5 games back from first place. They've won 6 of their last 10, and their run differential is not great. It's -7. So the last thing I really want to cover here before we end this video is the fan who caught this ball. Now, I'm pretty sure from what I heard that it bounced around in the seats a little bit before this guy got it, but he is a big Tigers fan. And of course, like I said before, I keep saying that, I'm sorry. Like I said before, the Angels were away in Comerica Park to play the Tigers when they won 13-0. This fan refused to give back the ball to Pujols. Now, usually what happens is, if someone catches a ball, like a first home run ball, or like a big milestone like this, security takes the ball from them, they bring it down to the dugout for the respective team, and they give the player the ball, or they just put it away until the game's over, and then that fan gets to go down and meet the player, get an autograph, usually some memorabilia, and a picture. This fan did not want that. Now, the Angels and the Tigers both offered him signed stuff, and the Tigers weren't even involved in it anyway, other than him just going to the stadium to watch. So, a lot happened, and as he was leaving the ballpark, he was offered $5,000 and $10,000, and this guy still turned down the offer and is keeping the ball. Now, he's an Angels fan. I'm sorry, he's a Tigers fan. So, he did mention in a couple articles that he is keeping the ball for his brother, who is a huge Angels fan, who's expecting a baby in a couple months, or however long it is. So, kind of interesting here, but it's really weird. I mean, you think that you'd kind of help out and give the player back something that has so much meaning in their career. It's going to be something that he's never going to forget, Albert Pujols. And now that guy's going to have a ball, in like a little case or something probably. Major League Baseball could not even authenticate it. So essentially, he can go home, and if he has another baseball from any Major League game, he's not going to know which is which unless he kind of puts them off to one side and labels them, because Major League Baseball could not give it a sticker and a card saying that was the 2000th RBI ball, which is crazy. And supposedly his reason for it was he was there to watch the game and get a beer, and that, the security guards didn't treat him very well. They just wanted the ball right away, didn't give him time to think. I don't know, that was kind of crazy to me. I would have given it back to him, especially because he would have got to meet Pujols himself. That's kind of crazy, but either way, no matter what the player is or who the player is, give back the ball. However, I want you guys to comment on what you think on that topic. Would you have given it back, or would you have kept it like that fan? So guys, this is going to end this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace.